Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy.
Well,
Yes, Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. The 2 nights before Christmas, as we would call it.
2 nights before Christmas.
Yeah, I was gonna say the night before, but it's the 23rd, so it's a
Well,
little off.
Yeah, the 2 night before Nightmare, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
stuff and junk.
December to remember. All right. Well,
just don't say dismember.
no. I try to avoid saying that at all costs.
Yes.
So we start the show off. It's the Samoan SWAT team versus Evolution team of Ric Flair and
Big Dave?
Big Dave.
Yeah.
With Triple H is also in this match.
So it's a trios.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, big trios match.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you got Big Keish, you got Umaga, you got Tao.
That's crazy.
Whole team's in there.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of that Hurricane and Chris Van Vliet interview I was telling you about.
Yeah. You're talking.
So Hurricane
Uh-huh.
got 2 pieces of art from a fan. One was Rosie, so Toa Reigns,
Yeah.
and Roman Reigns drawn together
Aw.
for Roman. They gave it to him to give to Roman. And then the other one was all of Rosie's family dressed in the Rosie superhero gimmick for the family. I was like, oh, that's really thoughtful.
Yeah, that's nice.
Of the fan. And if anybody who hasn't checked it out, they should go watch that interview, especially you, because it's good stuff. I love Helms.
I was saying, Chris Van Vliet is a phenomenal interviewer.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Great interviewer.
Yeah. You know what he closes out every interview with?
What?
Tell me what you're grateful for.
Oh.
And I'm so grateful for this show. I mean, it's just
show,
it's good stuff.
And I'm grateful he let me do this because this is a great outlet to be creative and
It's so funny. So Ahmed asks me occasionally. He'll be like, "Oh, how'd you come up with that?" It's like, what are you talking about? Like, this is just how I naturally.
Yeah, I was about to say this is just my brain.
This is how I live. Like,
I was about to say
channel no channel. I will always be doing this.
Yeah, I was about to say because I'd be if I wasn't booking this show, I would still be thinking of this stuff, but I'd be applying it to modern day wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely,
most of this shit would have been probably Bloodline versus some faction I made up.
Well, check this out. So I've made the joke, except it might not even be a joke. I said if Tony or somebody in Tony's circle would like for me to work for Ring of Honor, I would love to give that show purpose. No knock. I like the wrestling.
Let me book let me book AEW's women's division. Ring of Honor is actually good.
Yeah. So I love the wrestling of Ring of Honor, but everything feels so inconsequential. Inconsequential, yeah. So whereas with as you can tell from the way we do things, I like to try and have great flow and purpose. And now, granted, the one thing I wouldn't have when working with the real timeline talent is knowing when people would get hurt.
Yeah.
But as long as you treat enough people well, because
you can slot them in.
Do you know the funny thing about the Jamie Noble Winslow push?
What?
It all happened by accident. So I did not start having him win because I was going to push him to the moon.
Yeah.
I had him win because he's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
But I started having him do great things because Mark Henry got hurt.
Yeah.
And so if you do the same thing with a Ring of Honor or an AEW or WWE, whatever, any wrestling,
Yeah, I'm about to say.
as long as people are treated respectfully and properly, when bad things happen, you can adjust.
Exactly.
That's all I was getting at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this trios match.
Yes. So, obviously, Orton's on the outside because he can't wrestle.
Of course, yeah.
He will be good to go in 2 weeks' time.
Beautiful.
But, yada, 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 etc., chaos. But the match does end with Rikishi picking up the 1-2-3 over Triple H.
Whew.
With his Rikishi driver, Samoan driver, yada, yada.
Yeah, that's big stuff right there.
Yeah, and this goes down after Jericho and Kane come in and drag Orton off.
Oh yeah, because we're building toward them getting a
Exactly.
tag title shot. Yeah.
So of course Flair sends Batista to go save him. Flair of course gets crushed by Umaga and Tao.
Yeah.
And then they tag in Big Keith to bring it on home. But yes, Rikishi now has. I think he's the first one to score a pinfall victory over Triple H since he became undisputed champion. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Hold on. So he lost the title to Rock,
Correct.
but that was a pin, wasn't it?
No, I said since he won the title.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. I gotta explain that better.
So here's the thing. It seems like the Anawahi family has got some dirt on that there.
A little bit of sway on that,
That
Mr. Helmsley,
Yes.
Mr. Levesque.
Yes.
But
That's cool. I like that.
thank you. But yeah, so this justifies Kishi obviously wanting that title match. And now, when you pin a champion in any wrestling, it's just basic knowledge that you beat the champion, you probably should get the title match.
Absolutely.
But yeah, big win for Rikishi. First match since losing his buddy Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good emotional lift for him, getting this win with his familia, with his Usos, if you will. And yeah,
I like that.
thank you. And I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling, so we got to keep it going. We have Jazz and Nydia coming out with Molly Holly to face the Black Widow Alliance, who obviously has the women's champion Victoria
In their corner, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, the founding mother.
The founding mother of the group. A lot of back and forth, good quality wrestling. But surprise victory with Nydia nailing the Northern Lights suplex on Ivory once again to get the 1-2-3.
So I kind of feel like your Black Widow Alliance is Raw's version of the Regal counter threat, where it's like, is this really helping the people that are around the founder? Because like there have been a lot of lingering questions about who's being helped.
Like who's doing what favors for whom?
Exactly.
Well, it'd be that way sometimes. It'd be that way
For sure.
But this is a huge blow as the Black Widow Alliance are now banned from ringside, as are everyone else.
It seemed like they had to lose this match.
Yeah, it was very necessary.
Yeah.
Very necessary. But so it'll be Molly versus Victoria 1-on-1 for the women's championship. Next segment, the two great matches. Crowd's still kind of buzzing a little bit. We go backstage and we have Mr. Ass, Billy Gunn, getting his shower on. He's finished his workout for the day. And Goldust is in the shower with him.
Oh my goodness.
Billy, of course, is like, God, why are you here? I was like, I figured you needed someone to get your back for you.
Get your back. Oh my goodness.
Billy refuses all offers on the table. Tells him to get out of the shower. Goldust, little sad, walks out. And obviously he's painted up, so the water's getting on his head.
Of course, yeah.
So his face paint is like kind of dripping and like kind of looks like a little tear
Oh my
coming
goodness.
down. I love Dustin Rhodes. You can do so much.
Oh,
with
yeah.
him. It's so easy.
All the personality in the world.
Oh my God, what a legend. Raven comes out with Hardcore Advice to go one-on-one with Scotty 2 Hotty for the Hardcore title. Scotty puts on the match of his career. So recently Scotty's come back, as I'm sure you've known, and he has been on a phenomenal run of form, considering I don't think he's wrestled since 2005 before coming back. Maybe later, 6, something like that.
I was going to say, I know that he had one match in NXT with Grandmaster against
You were right.
against the Ascension.
Yes.
But still, I mean, that's not a run. That's just a match. That's a one-off.
I'm about to say, that's how you work out really well for like a few months and like, okay, I think I'm good enough to not look like embarrassed
Oh,
myself.
for sure. Yeah. Well, the thing I like about that, and the thing that always sticks out to me, is that when American Alpha was on the rise,
Mm-hmm.
Chad looks at Jason and says, Jason, we got to beat the best tag team in NXT history. And Chad, or no, it was the other way around. Jason says to Chad, Chad says, we can't wrestle ourselves. And so, but Jason was talking about the Ascension.
Yeah.
The
I'm not gonna lie, Chad Checkgate was a legend.
Big time dominant. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Man, you remember when the Ascension were dominant?
Oh, absolutely.
That was way back in the day. Man, they dropped the ball.
It's so funny. I never plan on booking the Ascension because I have.
You never have them existing.
Well, they're gonna wrestle, just not as a tag team.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the actual, like.
Well, so Rick Victor,
Mm-hmm.
who wrestled as APOC in Canada,
Yeah.
will be allowed to do in AEW what he was never allowed to do in WWE.
Which was
Acknowledge where he came from, which was the Hart Family Training Academy.
I did not know that. For real?
For real. And so the reason he wasn't allowed to do it is because they kept telling the lie that Natalia and Tyson Kidd were the last graduates of the Hart Dungeon, except Rick Victor was a part of that resurgence of the Stampede Wrestling. Thus, I don't plan on ever hiding it and just leaning right into it.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. Freaking Rick Victor is way better than he was ever given credit for.
Oh, I knew that because I've seen him wrestle.
Yes. But and the thing about Conor O'Brien is freaking humongous.
Yeah,
Freaking
giant.
humongous. Yeah, big con, man.
I'm about to say, listen, that's the Enzo and Cass formula, except imagine Enzo can wrestle.
Yes. Well, that's funny.
Thank you.
But I love the big guy, little guy dynamic. That's what made
it works really well. That's
Yeah.
that's what made Too Cool work.
Too Cool. The Hart Foundation. Like, there's so many examples.
Dudes with attitude.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Andre and literally anyone he teamed
Yes,
with.
which is amazing because a lot of times his partners were big in and of themselves, but just compared to him, they were
by
small.
comparison, I'm like, man, who is this ant of a man?
Yes.
Then of course you stand next to King Kong Bundy and go, oh.
Yeah, or Haku.
Yeah, Haku, Jesus.
It's like the guy's actually a killer.
Like a legit killer. Love it. Little rumors of him tearing people's noses off their face.
Good times.
But yeah, fun little hardcore match. Scotty battles valiantly, but in classic hardcore Vice fashion, a lot of interference, a lot of support. There is a near fall where Scotty nails a wheelbarrow DDT onto the chair, almost gets the pin, but Dreamer pulls the referee out of the ring and knocks him out. Obviously, because referees are made of paper.
Yes.
But of course, Richard's super.
That's real glass.
Yeah, that's real glass. Cry about it.
Oh my goodness! Did you hear that he threatened to walk away?
Yeah.
Punk.
Yeah, I did. And I'm like,
can't
really?
stand that guy.
Really? Like, listen, I love Punk in the ring. Anything he does in the ring, phenomenal. Everything else, take it or leave it.
I know, right? Oh my goodness.
They're gonna leave it. But listen, he's probably got max 5 years left if that. So
I don't think he's got that.
I don't think he's got that either. But
yeah, you're right, Max. Yeah, I got you.
At maximum 5 years. So if it elevates AEW to a point where they can benefit off that and get a bunch of stars out of it, because despite all the crap, he is making a lot of stars right now.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
Yes.
That's the vibe.
Absolutely.
Hopefully that Ricky Starks thing continues after this Punk feud's over.
Yes.
But yes, nonetheless, super kick from Stevie, and Raven crawls into the pin from there, retains the hardcore championship.
Perfect.
After the match. No, sorry, I lost my vision for a second. Yeah. After the match, out comes someone we haven't seen in a long time, Stacy Keibler.
Woo! Ha ha ha! I swear,
screen.
I was thinking to myself, I just want to bring it up in case.
Yeah.
I was like, man, where's Kurt and Stacy?
Yeah.
We need them in life.
We need them, man. We haven't seen them in so long. So after the match, Stacy comes out and states that our hardcore hero will be back next week to handle business with Raven. And then finally. Okay, so I lied last week when I said this is in 2 weeks. This is tonight.
That's fine.
So, Shawn Michaels
Just can't wait.
versus Christian. 2 out of 3 falls for the United States Championship.
Beautiful.
Listen, I've pretty much described this match 6 times
Yes.
at this point. This is going to be the last time they wrestle, though. A lot of back and forth, a lot of callbacks to the previous match. Very, love you, man. Very, very New Japan-esque in how, like, the sequences from before. So there's like a sequence Christian slaps on the figure 4, calling back to Sean's injured knee. Sean is able to fight, roll, and escape, and reverse the pressure.
Yes.
And Christian has to, go for the ropes, which to this day I still don't understand why that's the counter to the figure 4, but whatever.
Well, I can put you in it and we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, hey. One of these days.
Yes.
Well, me and you will have a match, middle of the ring. See how it goes.
We gotta find a ring first.
Yeah, that would be a good point. Good point. I'm sure you can, I think you can actually order one online.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I ain't got nowhere to put it
I'm
though.
about to say I have no space to put it anywhere, but you can order one online.
Yes.
And there's a spot, Christian was about to go for the frog splash. Sean kicks up too early, looking for the super kick. But Christian's like, I already fell for that one. Not going to happen again. But the back and forth goes along. A lot of counter wrestling. They do the little roll up, the roll up party.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's like, 1, 2, 1, 2,
Yep.
1, 2. And it rolls up until eventually we end with both men's shoulders on the mat. And it's a double pin, so it's immediately 1-1.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's automatically sudden death.
I like it.
No one has an edge. There's no advantage. So it's just down to, all right, who's the best wrestler here and now?
Yep.
And the best wrestler at this moment is Christian.
That's beautiful.
Christian.
So it's no knock on Sean, but Sean's a made man.
Yeah.
And so that's why I like that you went that route.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try to know Christian at this point.
It's funny. So I've made this argument, and I actually made it about JBL really.
Yeah.
When I was first making the talk or having this talk, but I was like, so there are times and people where you never have to win again.
Yeah.
Like if Bryan Danielson never won another match in his life, he's still a made
He
man.
still would be Bryan Danielson.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But whereas with some other people, if they never won again, they'd forever be a loser. Who's a good example of that? Let's say Jack Perry, right? No knock on him, but
Yeah.
like if he never won again, he'd just be a loser.
Yeah.
And so there's this certain threshold that once you pass it, you can't be no longer a star, and that's where Sean is in life. I feel like
Honestly, there's tons of examples. Like honestly, I feel like that's how I feel about Moxley right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Moxley never won a match again, I'd be sad, obviously.
Well, sure,
But
but he's believable.
But as soon as Wild Thing hits,
Yeah,
people are
star.
still gonna go crazy. It doesn't matter
Yes,
if he wins or not. But
beautiful.
yeah, absolutely.